who continue to sacrifice to protect our freedoms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So we had a little bit of a changing of the guard. We have, as you know, Danny Pacheco retired, and so we had some movement around. And Ed Pogar, who is filled in graciously for us for the last several years as a member of our executive board and as one of our assistant shop stewards at YRC in Brooklyn. And 30-something years, Eddie? 37 years as a member of Local 707. He is finally retired, and I just want to thank Eddie for his service as a shop steward, assistant shop steward, as a member of the Local 707 Executive Board, and a member of our affiliated benefit fund. So, Eddie, thank you for your service to Local 707. But I do want to welcome you to Eddie's, who's going to follow in his footsteps, is Jose Marino. Jose is a, Jose's over here. I'm sorry, Jose. I looked over, I go, Jose's not there. Jose Marino is a member of Local 707 at Teachers College. He's been very instrumental in helping with the representation there at Teachers College, and we look forward to him being a very, very productive member of our executive board. So welcome, Jose. So with that, we're going to do a roll call of officers. Kevin McCaffrey, President, here. Secretary Treasurer, Chuck White. Here. Vice President, John Zappoli. Here. Recording Secretary, Laura Campione. Here. Trustee, Jose Marino. Here. Trustee, Anthony Braunstein. You know what I meant, Anthony Braunstein. I just got on my Chuck that Charlton's not here. Charlton Paul is not here today. Braunstein, you like? Is that what you did? Braunstein, please. All right, and then Charlton Paul, as we all know, his back is acting up as we all have to go through that. He's not able to make it today. He has an excused absence. With that, I'm going to call on Recording Secretary Laura Campione. As you know, the minutes weren't ready for the last meeting, so we're going to have to endure the reading of minutes from two general membership meetings. The first one is for the meeting of October 29th, 2023. Laura?
Yes. Sorry, guys. This is going to be long. I'll try to make it short.
They can't see you with that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, it's taller than I am. My cup is taller than I am. Okay, so general membership meeting from October 29th, 2023. President McCaffrey called the meeting to order at 9:11 a.m. There was a pledge of allegiance followed by a moment of silence for all brave men and women of the armed forces who sacrificed to protect our freedom. There was a roll call of officers and all were present. President McCaffrey called on Recording Secretary Laura Campione to read the minutes from the July 23rd general membership meeting, and we asked for a motion to accept the minutes, and the motion passed unanimously. The financial report, President McCaffrey called on Secretary Treasurer Danny Pacheco to read the financial report for the months of July, August, and September of 2023. A motion was made and accepted for the months of July, August, and September 2023. The motion passed unanimously. The trustees' declaration, President McCaffrey called on Trustee Paul to read the trustees' declaration for the months of July, August, and September for 2023 and found them to be recorded correctly and the bank balances verified. Unfinished business, the reinstatement of the $100 new member initiation fee. In March of 2020, due to the COVID pandemic, the $100 new member initiation fee was suspended. Members will receive $100 as a refund once they attend a new member seminar at the general membership meeting. The $100 refundable new member assessment will be reinstated as of the June 1st, 2023 general membership meetings. I'm sorry, just as of June 1st in 2023. Okay, new business ABF negotiations. The agreement between ABF and the Teamsters was overwhelmingly ratified by the membership. The contract took effect on July 16th, 2023, which was retroactive to July 1st, 2023. T-Force negotiations, a new contract between T-Force and the Teamsters was overwhelmingly ratified by the membership on July 31st, 2023. The contract goes into effect on August 1st, 2023. YRC New Penn on July 28th, 2023, Yellow Freight ceased operations, filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. There was a loss of 22,000 members nationwide and over 500 jobs to Local 707. Claims were made by Local 707 and the IBT on behalf of the members for unpaid vacation, sick, and personal days, along with Warrant Act violation. There is currently bid in for yellow equipment and facilities. There's an expectation that members will receive their accrued time off and back wages. The Federal Bankruptcy Court is supervising the auction with results expected shortly. Future financial considerations, the loss of yellow and the associated loss in dues and initiation fees is having a financial impact on Local 707. The retirement of Secretary Treasurer Pacheco will reduce expenses significantly. President McCaffrey is valuing the future future expenses and revenues and will send the executive board the analysis once it's completed in the near future. NASA OTB negotiations, the current CBA with NASA OTB expires on 12/31/2023. Contract proposals were sent out to the members. We expect to review those soon and begin negotiations soon after. Contracts recently ratified, ABF, Westside Senes, T4, Synovos, and Colonial Hardware. Contracts being negotiated, NASA OTB, DeCarlo Foods, Good and Welfare, retirement of Secretary Treasurer Danny Pacheco on October 31st after 32 years as a Teamster and a member of Local 531 and 707, serving as a shop steward, business agent, and Secretary Treasurer Danny is retiring effective November 1st. Vacancies on the Executive Board. The Executive Board voted to appoint Chuck White as Secretary Treasurer to fill the vacancy of Danny Pacheco as of the retirement date, and John Sapoli III to fill the position of Vice President. Future welfare reminders. Workers' comp update. Zach Kitten and Mike Walker of Miller and Caggiano, workers' comp attorneys, gave the update to the members. New summary plan descriptions are being distributed on the job sites. Electronic EOBs. President McCaffrey reminds the members that only medical and hospital goes through Blue Cross Blue Shield. Medical issues for ophthalmologists goes through Blue Cross Blue Shield. Optical is Davis Vision, and DDS is dental. Members use Social Security number and patient ID. New member website and app. Trustee John Sapoli informed the memberships of the updated website as well as the app. President McCaffrey asked for a motion to adjourn the meeting. A motion was made, and the meeting was adjourned at 10:18 a.m. That's the October minutes.
And I have to vote on
Yes.
those. Okay. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of the October 29th meeting? All right, hearing none, there's a motion to accept those minutes? Second, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, those minutes are accepted. Next, we're going to move on to the minutes of the meeting of January 21st, 2024.
It's okay. General membership meeting, Teamsters Local 707, January 21st, 2024. President McCaffrey called the meeting to order at 9:20 a.m. There was a pledge of allegiance followed by a moment of silence for all our brave men and women of the armed forces who sacrificed to protect our freedom. There was a roll call of officers. All were present. President McCaffrey asked a motion to suspend the minutes of October 2023 to be read at the April 2024 meeting, which was accepted. The financial report, President McCaffrey called on Secretary Treasurer Chuck Wright to read the financial report for the months of October, November, and December. A motion was made to approve the financial reports, and that's about that on that. Okay, trustees' declaration, President McCaffrey called on trustee Charlton Paul to read the declaration. Trustee Paul reported that the trustees of the local 707 examined the books and records for the months of October, November, December 2023, and have found them to be recorded correctly in the bank balances verified. Unfinished business, YRC Freight bankruptcy. The bankruptcy court appointed Epic to handle the sale of the assets. Real estate assets netted almost $2 billion more than expected. A plan for selling equipment are expected to be released shortly. All assets need to be sold prior to release of any claims made by employees or benefit funds. Additionally, any third-party personal injury and payouts for non-compliance with the WARN Act. These claims must be settled or agreed prior to release of any proceeds from any asset sales. The welfare and pension funds have separate claims for back payments and withdrawal liabilities. Local 707 pension fund withdrawal liability is approximately $250 million. Future financial consideration, the loss of Yellow and the associated loss in dues and initiations is having a financial impact on the local. The retirement of Secretary Treasurer Pacheco will reduce the expenses significantly. Preliminary analysis of our finances indicates Local 707 can continue to operate as an independent entity. The executive board is committed to do whatever is necessary to make sure Local 707 stays in place for many years to come. Organizing. To ensure Local 707's long-term viability, we need your help in finding new members through organizing. The current organizing focus of the IBT is on trucking companies with less than 100 workers. If you're aware of any locations or have contact with any workers, you please contact your business agents directly. NASA OTB negotiations, Local 707 reached a tentative agreement with NASA OTB that includes wage increases, improvements to benefits, additional holiday pay, as well as improvements to service award and an MOU on future operations. A ratification vote scheduled for Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. New business contracts recently ratified, Penske. Contracts being negotiated, OTB and DeCarlo Foods. Amendment to Local 707 bylaws. By resolution of the Local 707 Executive Board, the following bylaw amendment is submitted to be voted on 2 consecutive meetings prior to taking place. Amend Article 15, Section 2 to require 15 members shall constitute a quorum. Good and welfare, scholarships. There are currently 3 scholarships for senior and high schools can apply. There's the Local 707 Scholarship, the James R. Hoffman Scholarship, and the Teamsters Scholarship Fund Scholarship. Please inquire at the local office or our website. EOBs, electronic EOBs. President McCaffrey reminds members that only medical and hospital goes through Blue Cross Blue Shields. Medical issues for eyes go through ophthalmologist, also Blue Cross Blue Shield. Optical itself is Davis, and DDS for dental. New website and the app, Trustee Zapoli gave the information on that. With the closing of that, President McCaffrey asked for a motion to adjourn the meeting. The motion was made at 10:35 a.m. and passed unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Any additions or corrections to the minutes as read? Hearing none, accept a motion to accept the minutes. Second, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, the minutes of the January 21st, 2024 meeting are accepted. With that, I'm going to call on Vice President John Zapoli, who is going to come up here and read the communication received from the IBT just recently about the Yellow bankruptcy and the status of all the WARN claims, et cetera. So, John, if you would.
Good morning. Okay, so we have here the Yellow Corporation bankruptcy update. Yellow Corporation and its operating companies, Yellow, filed for bankruptcy in the District of Delaware Bankruptcy Court on August 6, 2023. The International Union and the TNF-INC have entered entered an appearance in the case on behalf of local Teamster unions who have members have hold claims against Yellow's operating companies, YRC Inc., USF Holland LLC, New Penn Motor Express LLC, and USF Right-of-Way Inc. Claims filed by the union include contract claims for vacation pay, sick pay, and any other paid time, as well as grievance pay, which we all went over that before this all went into effect, that we're trying to get everything, even the vacation, earned. Yellow is continuing the process of selling its assets to fund repayment to its creditors. Yellow's secured creditors have been paid in full. Teamster members hold both priority and general unsecured claims against Yellow. Priority claims cannot be paid until after the estate completes its sales and reconciles the priority claims. General unsecured creditors cannot be paid until a plan of reorganization is confirmed. A plan of reorganization accounts for all of Yellow's debts and describes how and when the debts will be repaid. While the sale process thus far has generated positive results, the union cannot predict the amount of repayment employees will receive. The union is also available to guarantee a specific repayment timeline. Part of the claim reconciliation process involves Yellow objecting to claims that it believes it does not owe, either on procedural or substantive grounds. Okay, the Member One Act claims. The union filed claims on behalf of members citing Yellow's failure to comply with the Federal Worker Adjustment and Retraining Act and its state law analogs. Not every Teamster member affected by Yellow bankruptcy will be eligible to receive potential One Act damages. The union will work, however, to ensure all eligible members receive the One Act damages to which they are entitled. As part of the claims reconciliation process, Yellow objected to the first union filed claims as well as any individual filed One Act claims. On March 12, 2024, the union filed a response on behalf of all bargaining unit members, stating that all One Act claims should be deemed allowed on March 28, 2024. By responding to Yellow's objection to Teamsters One claims, the union has put Member One claims into issue, which will require a trial to resolve. Some members may have filed their own One Act or other claims through the proof of claim filing process. Such members may have received an objection from Yellow entitled Debtors, Third, Fourth, Fifth, Omnibus, Substantive Objection to Proofs of Claim for One Act Liability. The union's response to the above referenced objections was styled to encompass all Teamster Member One Act claims, and therefore, individuals do not need to respond to the objection. Moving forward, the union will continue to pursue members' federal and state One Act claims in the Yellow bankruptcy proceeding. Importantly, the union does not charge members any fee for this representation. Some members may have retained their own independent counsel to represent them in this bankruptcy, and that independent counsel may charge a contingency or other fee for their service. If you are a member who has retained independent counsel, the union encourages you to ensure you understand the fee arrangement to which you have agreed. Members can choose to forego independent counsel in light of the union's continued representation of all bargaining unit members in regard to their One Act claims. The union will continue to update members about the bankruptcy process and the status of member claims. Thank you.
So anybody have any questions about the, what's going on? Yes. Bob?
Understanding everything that's going on and how the workers are always screwed. One of the things that International is doing is trying to change the bankruptcy law. Do you know where that is going, where that is, and what we can do to get our representatives involved in that?
I'm not aware of, what specifics they're looking to do, but I mean, we're moving forward with the court. As this claim goes through, that is not going to change, that's not going to change Yellow. Yeah, so I'm not really quite sure how that's going to help us at this point, but we'll look into that. You know, absolutely, you're right. They go into bankruptcy, and we're the ones that are left behind. We pick up the pieces. They still owe us a lot of withdrawal liability on the pension fund, which we'll never see. CF ended up paying 10 cents on the dollar, their withdrawal liability. I think people are still trying to getting paid back their vacation from 2003 when they went out of business. So, you know, the workers get screwed, but we're working. They are any coordinated efforts that they're putting forward to try and put more worker protection in the bankruptcy laws, we'll bring forward to the members so we can help effectuate those changes. Okay? Anybody else? So I think things are moving along. They are continuing to sell the assets of that of Yellow to help pay back the creditors. So that's where we're at right now, and we'll keep you updated about the warrant claims. Benji, I want to recognize him. Benjit, Asmet Benjamin, who was the longtime shop steward at Yellow Mount Vernon, now a happy retiree. So, Benji, if you like to say.
Yeah, Kev, they have to give me all the assets before they pay you guys their vacation and stuff?
Yeah, they have to. They've got no money to pay them. Yeah, so the bankruptcy judge consolidates everything in there. They take all the assets and then they distribute it based on the current bankruptcy law in terms of first priority, et cetera. Some of our first priority claims the first ones are back wages, and then secondly, we'll get those vacation, et cetera. So, yeah. So, anything else? All right, we'll keep you updated on what's going on with the Yellow bankruptcy. Next, I'm going to have a financial report. I'm going to bring up Secretary Treasurer Chuck White, who will read the financial report for the months of January, February, and March 2024. I'm going to ask for a motion to read a summary of those months. Second, all in favor? Opposed? All right, Chuck, come up and please give the summary of the months of January, February, and March of 2024.
Morning, everybody. Okay, financial report for January, February, March 2024. Membership dues, $164,234.36. Initiation and reinitiation, $16,636.50. Withdrawals and transfers, 50 cents. Assessments and fines, $6,226.27. Other income, $31,255.31. Total, $218,352.94. Expenses, salary, $66,235.87. Expense allowance, $3,690. Per capita tax, $53,143.33. Benefits paid, $37,783.20. Office administration, $23,386.53. Legal fees, $15,000. Arbitration fees, $150. Other professional fees, $8,220. Taxes, $6,430.82. Meeting committee expenses, $593.25. Auto expenses, $2,706.66. Out-of-town travel, $1,867.13. Other expenses, $18,148.06. Total expenses, $237,354.85. Net income brings us to a negative $19,001.91. The negative is because we're paying a withdrawal liability for 641 and 277 for at least till August, for the next 6 months. So we'll be done in August with that. In the meantime, the three of us took a salary deferral. Andy? I told him 641 and 277. No, I didn't go into that. I didn't get any questions on that. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, thank you.
Before you take a motion, just what is the withdrawal liability for 641 and 277? So when John Zapoli, I say senior, but John Zapoli is actually a junior and he's a third, we have to explain that, came to work for us in 2003 as a business agent. He was originally a local 707 member, went over to to work in Elizabeth, not on a change of operations, New Jersey, as a road driver. And when they opened, Maybrook did a change of operations, he went up to Maybrook, became a road driver. But as you know, in a change of operations, your benefits, whether it be your health and welfare and your pension, remains with the original fund, so you don't have to change pension funds, et cetera. So John was actually a participant in the 641 benefit fund. So when he came over, we did what they call participation agreement, which allowed him to, us just make contributions into 641, so when he retired, he had that continuity of service like each and every one of us would have. And, but when you leave a fund, like a company goes out of business, Yellow goes out of business, or someone was to leave, they owe what they call withdrawal liability, which is the amount of underfunding, your portion of the underfunding of that pension plan. So when John left, 641 was insolvent. And they were in the PBG, similar to our situation was at the time. And so the withdrawal liability for one person was $2.6 million. So we were able to negotiate a $78,000 payment, which had to be paid in 6 months. We took it, took a little bit of hit on that's why you're showing how how you had that deficit. It's because of that withdrawal liability. Additionally, you remember, I forget what year it was, 277, we had Jasper Brown was the business agent. You guys remember Jasper? And then also Tara Evans was the office manager that came over. And Jasper had passed away. Tara just recently retired, and when she left, we're no longer contributing to that 277 fund in a participation agreement, so we were responsible for withdrawal liability for 277 fund. These couldn't come at a worse time, but there's no way around it. But I think in both cases we're able to negotiate lesser amounts, and so we're biting the bullet right now. Just pay that down, but we're gonna be okay. We have that figured out. So, any other questions on it? Okay. With that, I'll accept the motion to accept the financial report as read. Second. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, so that is approved. Next is to, we have a new member orientation today. Is there any new members here that came for the orientation? I don't think we saw any. Okay. You're off the hook, John. But as you know, any of the shop stewards go in, because we take that money out of their checks, and they're going to spend an extra $100 on the initiation fee, and they get it back when they come to the first meeting. This way, we're paying them $100. Maybe come to their first and only union meeting, but at least they come here, and you see we generally swear the members in when they're here. I think it's a good opportunity for them to meet, the other members of Local 707. As I said, we talked about the impact of the finances on the union due to Yellow going out of business, but I think we're going to have a handle on it and going forward. So we'll see what happens. So, what's that? Did I get to that yet? It's there. It's there. Okay. So organizing, as we said before, is going to be what we're going to need to keep this local solvent. We could easily pull the plug and say merging with another local, but I think I heard loud and clear, nobody wants us to do that. We're going to stand up and fight. I know the retirees won't let me do that, so we're going to continue to fight, but we need to continue to organize to grow this local union. And with that, I've been very vigilant. I think that's an understatement of my business agents to make sure they're out there beating the bushes. So I'm going to put them on the spot, and they're going to report on what they've done in terms of organizing since our last meeting or recently to ensure the long-term viability of our local union through organizing. Chuck, I'm going to start with you, Vice President Chuck White. I'm sorry, Secretary Treasurer, sorry.
Okay, Joe.
Good correction.
Hello again. I've been working mostly on a company upstate called Medline. They've got about 100 drivers. The location up there is kind of hard to get the drivers there. I can't get on the property as a security guard, but Cardinal is one of our companies I represent up there. They do the same thing. They all haul medical stuff. So they see these guys a lot. They give me a good lead. I've been meeting a lot of these Medline guys at the Sloatsburg rest area. That's the one on the northbound side of the thruway. A lot of them go there. They stay there for an hour, hour and a half. So I've been hanging out up there for 3, 4, 5 hours some days talking to them. Been doing a lot of talking. I heard that one of the drivers, he's actually an ex-driver from the company was, it was a food hauler up there from 445. He had a very bad experience with it. He took the flyer I gave him, and he brought it to the company. Since then, I guess the company must have spoke to the driver, because I've noticed a little different attitude. I think they're afraid to talk to me, but I'll win them over. I'm gonna continue going up there, talking to them. The flyer has my name, my number, but I haven't gotten any drivers to call me for a meeting yet. That's kind of what I'm waiting for, but I've been going up there at least twice a week, and I see probably 10 guys each time talking to them. Most drivers are welcoming to talk, but there's a few that are afraid to talk to me, and that's new. That I can tell the company talked to them. So right now, I've probably spoke to at least 30 guys, so that's where I'm at with Medline. Any of you guys see a Medline guy, please mention it.
How big is that job?
There's 100 drivers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's a dock operation. I don't know how many people are on the dock. What was the question?
Do they get paid well, but still with wage?
Yes, they don't get paid as well as our Cardinal guys, but they pay a lot in their medical insurance. That's kind of where we're leaning. You know, they pay anywhere from $80 to $150, $160 a week for their medical insurance. So, but they're afraid to talk to a union guy. I can tell by talking to them. Some of them open the window this much, and some of the guys who are ex-union guys, they'll roll down the window and talk to you. But they're a little afraid, so it's going to take a little bit of time. And I'm up there every week, at least twice a week. I don't like when I see the same guys, so sometimes I'll go with a later shift, see different guys. So if you guys see any Medline guys, please spread the word.
Hey, truck, they have like 4 or 5 loads every day going to, Montefiore,
Which one?
233rd Street, Medline.
Okay.
I need something from you, maybe I could.
I'll get you, I got them with me. I got them with me. I'll give you a few. Thanks, Benji.
All right. Thanks, Chuck. And to that end, we represent the workers at Cardinal Health. Actually, we represent Penske Logistics, which is a third-party logistics company for Cardinal Health. And when we organized them, they said the same thing that they were saying to these Medline drivers: we don't want a union. Well, nobody wants a union, you know. But you know, the company's still in business. It's grown, and the members representative, they pay $25 to $180 a week towards their medical. Our guys at Penske now pay $25 to $150 a month in their medical with more comprehensive coverage. So, yeah, 100 is the highest, and it's comprehensive benefits. They have a high deductible; it doesn't kick in till after $5,000. So it's really a big difference, and it's that constant pounding, you know, and this and that. And then when they go home and tell their wives, that's when it really hits home. What? You better join that union. So we're going to start, you know, getting some traction there, but we're going to keep going. John, I have him working on a few of these places out here on Long Island. John, want to give us an update about what's going on here?
Hello again. Okay, so I've been going into the Farmingdale and Deer Park, Bayshore area, trying to get companies like On Track Trucking and On Time Trucking, and hitting some food services, since we do have a company like DeCarlo, so we're trying to mimic what they have and try to offer it to them. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a truck rest area to pull over and sit and wait for these people to pull in. I gotta go to the jobs and try to follow them and see if I can catch them before they go into somebody's property, because I can't follow them on there. So mine been a little slower than how Chuck's been going, but we have a similar flyer. And I spoke to a very few people, and you know, they listen, they take the flyer. If they're interested, I'm not sure. And one of the guys from On Time Trucking, that I actually, one of the first guys I caught, I handed him the flyer and spoke to him, and he says, "Well, I couldn't answer you on this because I'm related to the owner." So he goes, "I'm the wrong driver to grab to talk about this." So I'm still grabbing them, but I don't know if that put a damper on anything. But pretty much, like I said, we got like Ferraro Foods, and there's a few more in that area. We're trying to. What?
I think the county is represented. If the county has a union.
Cisco's union, yeah. Yeah, so on that note, that's pretty much all I have right now. And, just gonna keep pushing forward, you know, and try to catch them in the morning. Like I says, I gotta go follow these guys, and hopefully I can catch them before they, you know, if they pull over before they go in somewhere, and try to talk to them. You know, here's some guy walking up to the truck while he's trying to do his delivery. So, you know, doing my best out there with this one. I wish there was some kind of rest area to catch these as they drove in. See, Farmingdale's a little easier. There's a lot of places where these trucks can pull over and stop, as opposed to like Deer Park and Bayshore. So, but it's just tough to catch these guys. And pretty much that's it for now. Thank you.
Thanks, John. So as you can see, we're out there, we're beating the bushes, and when we find some of these targets, we're gonna enlist some of the help of you guys to help us focus in on it. But if in your travels, and you're backed into a stop, and you see one of these guys, and you talk to them, say, hey, you interested in joining the union? We have, you know, we have medical, we have dental, vision, we have a pension plan, alternative, sometimes we have 401ks, but either way, we can offer you better benefits, and most importantly, representation. I don't care how good your job is, if you're not represented and you can lose that job tomorrow, it's not a very good job. And we found that out at T-Force, right? How important union representation is for a few of those guys that got pulled from the ashes, right? Yes.
We're not pursuing our locals to come in with us, or?
Well, not at this point. We are working on that, but as we've had a pretty good history, Local 858 with Nassau OTB, they came with us. 277 came into us. 531 came in with us. All right, we're not looking to. We want to be the successor local, not the one that folds in. So we got to. I made a commitment to Bobby King back there that we're going to keep 707 alive. So we're going to continue to do that. And I am working, my end of it is to work those types of things to see if there might be somebody out there that's interested in coming into our local. So Shea is 295. Well, there's a lot of things going on. That's my job to handle that, and you know, and so we're working on that. So we've been successful so far in doing that. So, yes, ma'am.
With bringing on other locals, like how you brought on the other ones.
Right.
They become insolvent or whatever. The pension liability thing, you wanna take on that burden?
No, so what's happened, they stay separately, like Local 858 they participate, they're public employees, they participate in the New York State Pension Retirement System. Local 277 continues to have its own pension fund. They run an affiliated pension fund, they have their own board of directors. We sit as the trustees on the fund. In fact, Eddie Pogar sat as a trustee on the 277 pension fund. So we keep them separate. So, yeah. Now, we're in a good spot with our pension fund, we're gonna keep it there, so. So we're going to enlist your guys' help, and also the IBT has made it clear that they're prepared to bring in organizers once we get some sort of momentum in an organizing drive. So they're very supportive of that, and as soon as we have something that we think that they can sink their teeth into, they'll send down resources, people, and to help organize those campaigns. So, but it's up to us to beat the bushes, find some interest, grow that little, you know, those embers, and then bring them in to help fan the flames. So, right.
Kevin, I think we start seeing one, and drivers are able to.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, yeah.
Not people that are doing the dock, they're not allowed to be in the union because it's not numbers.
Yeah, but I don't want to get, if 804 has the drivers, I don't want to step on their toes and try and get in. Yeah, let's just try and find the ones that are cleaner, you know what I mean? Sometimes you get into a situation where you organize all the members, and all of a sudden you got to hand them over to somebody else. So, because somebody else already has an interest in that location, so, okay? Yes, Bob?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we had over 1,600 members. We have 987 members now.
Yeah.
With everything going on, I know with finances, our assets went down to a little over
Yep.
100,000. But how is this affecting our pension, losing all these members, you know, losing?
Sure.
There's some stipulation.
Yeah, we did take a hit on that. You know, we would have been in a better place had Yellow stayed in business and continued to make contributions. But all in all, although there were a lot of members, they weren't paying a lot into that fund. As you know firsthand, they were only paying 25% of the contribution that ABF was paying. And so although there was a lot of members, the contribution into the fund was not that significant. when you add it all, but it wasn't relative to the amount of members that we had. So we've looked at it. We wish we had known that Yellow was going out of business before they did, and we made our application to the PBGC. We would have received more assets from the PBGC had Yellow not been, had Yellow, we known that Yellow was going out of business or was out of business. Okay, so but we're okay. We're still in a good spot, and we're going to be fine on the pension fund side.
That's why you need to warn that, let you know.
Yeah, but this happened a long time. That would have been the 90-day notice or the 60-day notice, and it would not have helped us with anything. We applied almost 2 years ago for our pension stuff. So, and anyway, okay. With that, as you know, there was some talk about a successor coming in to try and pull YRC from the ashes, buy all their assets. A company called Next Century. There was a subsidiary of Jack Cooper, who is a car hauler, and they recently dropped out of the bidding for any of the YRC assets. So that is not going to happen, and they're continuing the sale of the assets. Chuck just told me it looks like they're having, if you go up to Maybrook, there's not a single spot open because all the trucks are parked there. It looks like they're going to have one of the big,
This Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
There's gonna be an auction.
if you want to go buy your old truck, there might be everybody. I'm still looking for 16204, but that was retired a long time ago. So, all right. Right now, we had talked about a bylaw amendment, and this is needed because we want to reduce our quorum from 25 to 15. We have a good turnout today. One of the reasons is everyone got a postcard from the IBT saying we're going to have a meeting, but sometimes we're counting to have, if we have enough people, if we've had 21, 22, having to wait to start the meeting until we have enough people. So we're going to reduce the amount of people needed for a quorum to 15, just so we don't waste everybody's time in case you come to a meeting. Of course, we're encouraged to have more people to come and grow the amount of members that are coming to these meetings. But in the event that they don't, we want to be able to proceed with our business. So as part of the procedure for that, we have to read this bylaw amendment at 2 successive meetings before we vote on it. So this is a proposed bylaw amendment, and it's the second reading of the bylaw change, amending Article 15, Section 2. Regular membership meetings shall be held during the months of January, April, July, and October, and it will change the members needed to constitute a quorum from 25 to 15. All right, so we've read that into the record. At I just have to double check if we can vote on that in July, or we have to wait to the October meeting, but I just have to clarify it from the IBT. Yes?
Can we have like Zoom meetings every now and then?
Yeah, the only way we were able to have the Zoom meetings was is because there was a state of the emergency and by the governor, and so that has since passed, so we couldn't use that to constitute a quorum. We do, and I guess it's good, sometimes it's bad, these will be available on YouTube sometime either today or tomorrow, so you can look at people can look at that. We see that people are viewing the meetings. Sometimes they can't come, at least they can look at the meetings. When they're participating by Zoom, it was a little bit of a headache, you know what I mean? There was a lot of back talk, and we finally got these microphones that we use now, and we're trying to, people were complaining that nobody was muting their microphones and their speakers, and so it was like crazy. They couldn't hear what was going on. But they can watch these meetings now, they just can't participate in person, and we'd rather have them here than participating. So if you want to have a vote, you got to be here. So
These guys are lazy, you see, even me sometimes.
I understand. You got a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of sometimes you get family obligations, and and there's we all have a list this long of stuff that we're supposed to be doing at home. So yeah. But anyway, okay. So with that, I want to bring up. We have some new attorneys that we're using for your workers' comp claims that we're referring you to. They're from Miller and Caggiano. They've done a great job. Anyone that's had interactions with Miller and Caggiano and has really sung their praises, they've done a really good job. And I'm not just saying that because they sponsor our luncheon every July, but because they really have. Everyone's, and that's been a real positive. And so this time I want to bring up two of the representatives from Miller and Caggiano to talk about any of the changes that are happening in the workers' comp laws and/or any things that you need to be aware of as you process the claims or if you get hurt. So I'm going to call on Zach Kitten and Mike Walker to come on up, if you can just give members a briefing. So.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for having us. We just want a few minutes of your time. We won't take too long. I'm Mike Walker. I'm here with Zach Catan. Thank you very much for welcoming us this morning. Just want to give you a few pointers. Hopefully you guys don't get hurt at work, but if you do, we're seeing a lot of pushback lately with your local, with your employers. Even when your boss wants to do right by you, the insurance carrier, the CEO, they're pushing back. So if you get hurt at work, give notice immediately, but follow up. Get that smoking gun. Send a follow-up email. It can be one sentence saying, I just want to follow up on our conversation today. I got hurt at work yesterday, today, whenever it was. You have 30 days to give notice. So we're going to court. They're saying, they never told us about the accident. It didn't happen. It happened at home. Okay? If you have that email within a week of when it happened, you can forward that to us. We get it in the board file. All right? The next thing I want to focus on is ABF. They are currently undertaking a very litigious defense course where they're putting surveillance on everybody who gets hurt. They're saying, one, the accident didn't happen. Two, this guy's a fraud. Look at him living his everyday life. I just got a video for a guy, 22-year-old dock worker, blew out his knee, doing physical work, busting his butt at work. Zach saw the video as well. It was a 47-minute highlight clip of the guy walking his dog. They're saying, He's lying, he's committing fraud, he's telling his doctor that he's totally disabled. He's not totally disabled, he can clearly walk. And all the video showed was him walking two little fat dogs that weighed under 40 pounds. They were old, not even pulling the leash, and did nothing wrong. So just be aware, if you're working for ABF and you get hurt at work, give your notice and know that they are following you. You got nothing to hide. You can live your life. You can go grocery shopping. You can do what you got to do, but be aware there's some nerd in a car sitting there with a cell phone taking videos of you. So just be careful. Watch your back, all right? The final point I want to highlight is besides the obvious injuries that we can help you with, whether it's workers' comp, social security, personal injury, or the repetitive strain injuries, right? It's one thing when you pop your back lifting a heavy package, or you blow out your knee taking an awkward step, or hurt your shoulder reaching for something. But a lot of these injuries are repetitive wear and tear over the course of 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Those can be workers' comp claims where you can get your surgery, your lost time, your medical coverage covered through workers' comp, as well as a lump sum at the end. So if you have any sort of aches and pains that you think, this is definitely due to my repetitive work over the years, give us a call. We'll help you work that up, get you in with a doctor. And the final thing, circling back to the notice, make sure, even if it's not going to do you any good, go straight to urgent care. I don't care whichever one's in your neighborhood. Tell them, I got hurt at work today. Get that paper trail. That way you have contemporaneous medical from a doctor and that follow-up email you're going to send to your supervisor, HR, whoever you want to get that notice to. All right? Again, thanks, guys, for your time this morning. I don't know if Zach has anything to add.
Just briefly, I just want to acknowledge my last name's Catan, not Kitten.
Sorry.
Only known each other for a decade. Happens all the time. But especially about that notice issue, about emailing your, supervisor, whoever it is, outline the history of the accident. If the adjuster contacts you for additional information, that should be your signal to contact an attorney and not call them back. Because I can't tell you, I had someone who sent me an email that said I was working in a yard, I was helping a client, I twisted my knee, injured it, went to the doctor, they authorized the surgery. The adjuster called the claimant 2 weeks later. She couldn't pinpoint exactly when the accident happened. So now she had the surgery, had everything done, and now they're contesting the claim, and now they're not paying her while she's out. So when these people contact you, they're going to be pleasant, they're going to be nice, they're going to try and fuck you. Be aware. And also, I know Yellow Freight's been out for almost 8 months, 9 months now. Those workers' comp cases are still active. Yes, they're going through the liquidation bureau, they're going through the state system, sorting on who's going to pay the bills going forward, but those are still active. Mike and I will still be in the back after the conclusion of this meeting. So if anyone has any additional questions, please feel free to come back. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you. And by the way, your boss Greg Caggiano told me to say it that way. Okay. Next is new business. That's all we have on the old business. Anyone have anything on the old business? Yes.
Kevin, I just want to make a statement about the
Yes.
firm. I'm the president of Retirees Club. One of my guys retired from ABF maybe 10 years. They got him hearing aids. 10 years later, of course, ABF is going to find him. But
Yeah.
they got the approval for it. So
Very good.
they're doing their job.
They're doing a very good job. You get their cell phone numbers too when they call. So very responsive. So next, under new business, contract recently ratified. The last one was Nassau OTB. Hey, yeah, we have an opportunity. You know, you've heard about this about the casino in Nassau that they were hoping to get that license for. It's a good thing for Nassau and Suffolk. You know, I have a little bit of concerns about what happens in Suffolk County. Suffolk County actually gets $75 million a year just for being the county next to where that casino is located. So that's a good deal. But more importantly, they were probably going to have another OTB parlor there in the casino. And if we get that in there, we're going to make a play to try and represent all the workers at that casino as 707 members. Currently, Teamsters Local 237 represents the workers at Jake's 58 out there. That was because it was an offshoot of OTB. So I'm going to try and knit that together to try and say, hey, we have an OTB presence here. We should be able to represent those members. So that could be a really big thing for growth. So we're going to continue to work on that. But that's a year or two away. So. With that, we have a couple of contracts that are being negotiated. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like with the casinos that they looking to build down here,
Uh-huh.
downstate.
Yep.
Like they want to put them everywhere now. Say for instance, they build, another casino in the city. You would look to represent those workers also.
We don't have any claim for that work because it would be, so right now in Queens, what is that called, the one in Queens? No, it's something else. Yeah, what is it called? No. No. There's no degenerate gamblers here? Come on. What is it called? No, all right, don't come to me. Resorts, is it Resorts World? Resorts World, okay, all right.
Genting runs it.
I know Genting Run. Anyway, so they are represented by the hotel and restaurant workers. So they would, anyone that doesn't have a claim for that work would try and get it. But we're gonna try and claim this work here based on the fact that maybe we can establish the OTB presence prior to that, and we have a pretty good relationship with Nassau County, so that should, hopefully that will work out. So next is we're negotiating contracts with DeCarlo Foods and Aramark. T-Force contract books. I am told the proposed / promised delivery date will be sometime in June of this year. So, but in the meantime, you can go on the website, teamster.org, go on the divisions and conferences, go into the freight division, and you'll see the contract right there. So if you need to look at it online, we do have access to it, okay? And the ABF, we sent that final proof to them. We expect those, probably sometime after June. It's a little more intricate because there's only one contract for T-Force, but each one of the supplements is different for the ABF agreement, and so there's a lot of wording in there that's been there for a million years, and some things were changed, and you change it in one place, it's got to be changed in 3 or 4 different other places. So we think we sent in our final changes probably about a month ago, so we expect the printing to be done shortly. So, okay. Yes.
I heard somebody told me that T-Force is buying stock or something in ABF.
T-Force.
Is there a rumor?
No, it's not a rumor. T-Force did take a position in ABF, in equity for ABF, but they're not moving on any of that. They're not looking to acquire that company. Small percentage. Yeah. They know a good company. They know a good company when they see one. Excuse me? Canadian, yes. Yeah. So. But anyway, they are. There's no truth to the rumor that they're trying to acquire that company. So. Yes.
To play devil's advocate, wasn't it the same thing with Yellow Roadway?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. 2003, worst day of my life. Bob King called me up. I'm walking into. I'll never forget this. The thing when where you were when 9/11 happened. I'm telling the story. And I'm walking into in-flight newspapers. See how the world changed? We used to represent the workers at in-flight newspaper in Valley Stream. Remember when you went on a plane, you got magazines and newspapers? You don't get that anymore. And so we had 120 members there, and I'm going in to negotiate that contract, and also my cell phone rings, and it's Bob King, and he goes, hey, I heard Yellow just bought Roadway, and I go, get out of here, come on, and I says, come on, Bob, I know you're retired, I says, but I'm busy here, and he goes, turn on CNBC. I go, oh no, and sure enough, I go in there, can I use your TV? And there it was, right on there. So. I'll never forget that. Our lives have never been the same since then. So, but this hasn't been on CNBC yet. So, let's see what happens. Or I haven't gotten a call from Bob King. So, anyway, so that is these books should be done shortly. Though hopefully we'll get them done. But I was promised the T-Force books in June. With that, we're going to go into. So everyone probably should have gotten a postcard from the IBT. About the straw poll that they want to do, about the presidential straw poll. And so they've asked us at our meeting to conduct this poll of where our members think that they want to be. And there's a lot of controversy back and forth. You saw recently on, depending on what station you're watching, but you're watching Fox News, they had Donald Trump went down to to a construction site in Manhattan on his way to his trial, one of his many trials, and a lot of the unions came out, were supporting him. The steam fitters came out and actually endorsed him. They said they did their own straw poll, and they're coming back 3-1 in favor of Trump. And I applaud the IBT for following similar ways of determining how their members feel about the president, as opposed to blindly supporting one candidate or another because of the letter after their name. And there's a lot of pros and cons. I'll be the first to tell you that if it was not for a Democratic, and this comes from a Republican, from a Democratic majority in the Senate, the House, and the President, the Butch-Lewis Act that saved our pensions probably wouldn't have gone through, all right? And but sometimes it's hard to ignore some of the other things that impact our daily lives as well, that people feel that has an adverse impact on our way of life, et cetera. And so the IBT has taken the time to interview each one of those candidates. They brought in Donald Trump to meet with the executive board. They brought Joe Biden in to meet with the executive board, and they asked them the same exact questions. One of the first things that on the first day in office, Joe Biden ended the Keystone Pipeline. He wrote an executive order stopping the Keystone Pipeline. Cost us 7,500 Teamster jobs. He still has that position with Donald Trump, is drill, baby, drill. So, but there's other, I said, there's pros and cons each way, and each one of them was asked those same questions. I don't have the answers to those questions, but there's clearly pros and cons to each one of the candidates. And I applaud the IBT for asking us to do outreach to our members to see how they feel about the presidential candidates at this time. And, it's a long time between now and election day, but, I think at this point people are starting to feel one way or another about how they feel about a candidate. So they have asked us to conduct this straw poll and to determine what the feelings of the members at our meeting are. And then it's a secret ballot vote. We're going to give you the the cards to do it, but they've asked us to start a discussion, which I'm doing now, about the candidates, you know, before we do the vote. And so with that, if anyone has anything, you know, that they want to add to that, you know, what I've already said, you know, the floor is open for any discussions you may want to have. Yes.
Does that affect the existing pension contributions that's going in from the federal government?
No, nothing can change. Nothing can change. That is law. There's no clawback of that money, you know, otherwise, because Bob King says he's not giving back the money that he got back, you know? So, yeah. So, but anyway, that is safe and secure, that there's no going back. They can't rechange that law, so.
Kevin, it's still for only 30 years out, right?
No, our projections are that we're gonna be insolvent in perpetuity, so we're in a good spot. Yes, Frank?
What you say, when are we receiving these ballots?
Right now, today, you're gonna vote today. So, but they asked us to just have a discussion about what's going on, you know, how people feel, what they may want to add to this, to the discussion, yes.
Is there a selection for none of the above?
Yeah, you know, I really look at it and I say, is this the best our country has to offer? You know, when I would be a youngster, when I'd be considered young and spry among those candidates, it really is. So, I see Bob King has a hand raised there. Hold on one second, let me just,
Irish lunch a week ago, and we discussed this amongst us all the time. And we've seen a lot of changes over the years, and the worst thing now is law and order. If we don't have law and order, we don't have a country. And that's my priority. People that are going to enforce the law and protect the country. That's my goal.
It's gonna affect everything.
okay.
Everything's going on, it's not working right now, so something's gotta change.
Okay.
I have a different point of view as a woman, obviously. So I feel like I don't want to vote in this election.
You're not
As
alone.
women fought for the right to vote. But is that the next thing that this Supreme Court's going to take away from women? So I will vote, I just don't know for who.
So, yes, sir.
I have a question. How come when he was president, he didn't really care, he didn't come to the union? This is Trump. But now he wants our vote. Don't you kind of question that? He
Yeah,
was
you have- yeah.
black, but he didn't- and you're right, he had the opportunity to give us this act that he wanted, that Biden signed, but
Yeah.
Biden, he's, you know, like everybody's saying, did two of the worst things, gotta choose
Yeah.
who you want.
Yeah, I think,
My point is, he might have done other good things, and I give him credit for certain things. You know he's a sloppy guy in other parts. But the point is, if he's gonna wanna outvote, how come he didn't ask for it when he first came aboard? Now he wants to vote. Don't you question that? Don't we all question that? You kind of question. What's his motive? What's he gonna do? He's gonna destroy us, or he's gonna uplift us? That's my point.
Joe, good point.
That's
So-
my point. He had this opportunity to come here and visit
Right.
and see why all of a sudden now he wants to vote. What's he after? What does he really want? Is he gonna help the youth? Is he gonna elevate us? We're
Right.
in shambles right now.
Nothing for
We don't know
nothing.
that. but-
Nothing for nothing. The Democratic Party been doing that for 75
Yeah,
years.
but my point
It's the
is,
same thing. They want your vote, but once they get your vote,
that's my,
what do they do?
well, that's
That's
my.
politics.
Yeah, I understand that. Well,
It's a tough decision, so.
No fighting now, no fighting.
All right, so I know it's gonna have a, so let me just be, Bob, hold on, I just wanna, so there's gonna be two things you're gonna vote on. And the first is, who should the Teamsters endorse for President of the United States in 2024? And you can only select one. It has Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Cornel West, undecided, no endorsement, don't say Kevin. Do not write my name under where it says other, all right? And then they ask also, the second question they're gonna ask you to fill out is, of the following options, select and rank the biggest issues you would like to see addressed by the Teamsters Union. Select up to 5 only and rank your choices 1 through 5. And what they've asked your opinion about is protecting union rights, which is collective bargaining, organizing, striking, fighting corporate greed, inflation and cost of living, retirement, security and pensions, quality, affordable health care, immigration, climate change, abortion, automation and AI, and right to work. So they touch a lot of bases here, but you can only choose 5 of them, and you have to rank them 1 through 5. And no. It is only the members. Only the members that, I'm going to hand you this card as soon as we're done here. Only the active members in good standing can vote. So we're going to have, you get some pens back there, guys. Miller, Caggiano, can you get the pens now? Yeah, they're. No, can you go get them and bring them? Oh, you want to bring them? Yes. So, oh, hold on, I'll go get. And so, yeah, so they're going to ask you, we're going to ask you these questions today. There's a secret ballot. We're going to ask you to, when you fill it out, put it in there. One thing we do have is they want to stay up to date with your contact information, and so do we. And so they're going to ask you to fill out something on the bottom about contact information, which we will get back. You don't. Yeah. So it'll be detached. So the 2 things. No, hold on. So I'm going to give you and Joe Ciroli, who is, Joe Ciroli is one of the drive representatives, a member of Local 707, used to work for Yellow Freight a very long time ago on the, where'd you work, at Central Islip Joe worked at. And so we have, is that all you got? You do one for each person. Can you take another walk and get us someone? Okay, all right. Okay, so is there any more questions? Yes. No, they have asked, everyone sent the postcard, okay? Everyone should have received a postcard about today's meeting in the straw poll. So if you're interested, you would have been here. They only want us to conduct this election from the members that showed up at these meetings. That's it. So that's what the instructions are, and so that's kind of what we're gonna do, so, all right? So so if I get some help up here, we're gonna distribute these ballots with a pen attached to them. Thanks, Jose. Thanks for. You can take a hint. Thank you. John there's some more pens coming, and they have to be a member in good standing. Yeah, we got more. Anthony's gonna. What's that? No, yeah, you're not. John, you have more pens? We need the pens like now. Yeah. When you give somebody a ballot, give them a pen. You have to be a member in good standing. Retirees cannot vote. And then after you filled it out, there's a box in the back. Secret ballot, just drop it in there. I'm not done yet.
Everything?
I think they're good, Jose.
Yeah.
I think they got it.
All right.
Retirees are not allowed to vote. I said that.
Yeah.
Retirees are not allowed to vote.
Yeah.
No retirees. What? Sure. Yeah, you can vote, Jose.
I still think I should have a right to vote as a retiree.
You have a right to vote.
No, I got time. That was a good run. So it looks like go to the main room of the library for September. All right? I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forward you the agenda and Anthony, round these guys up and get them seated again. What? They already voted, have them seated again.
I'm gonna do it.
Thanks for coming, Chris. All right, how are we making out back there? Did everybody vote? Did everybody vote? If I can ask my executive board to restore some law and order. All right, did everybody vote? If you voted, come on, sit down again. We're gonna continue while they tally the ballots. Okay, did he vote? He voted? You voted? All right, get him seated, Johnny. How we doing? Everybody vote? All right, if you voted, have a seat. We're going to continue while they count the ballots. Yeah, we're going to count them here. You're going to know how everybody voted here, okay? So, all right, we're going to get started again. Retirees quiet in the back. All right, here we go. Yeah, you got to hand it in the back. Secret ballot, and then we're going to have. All right. So I will report on the local 707 scholarship golf outing. Can you hear me in the back? They said that there's trouble hearing the back because of like some background noise. Okay. So in the scholarship golf outing is going to be on June 10th of this year, my birthday. Anyone interested in celebrating my birthday and come to the golf outing? But in advance of that, we sell 50-50 raffle tickets. They should be on all the jobs by now. We have opportunity to buy it, and so I have the T-Force Freight ones here. I'm going to give to a trusted party over there to sell the tickets. But we want to be able to, if anyone's interested in buying any tickets today, I see the retirees in the back. It's a very good way that we help finance the golf outing, and we're going to be sending the information out. Look, I know it's not really designed for. To attract a lot of members is up because it's expensive. It costs us $350 per person. That's what the golf course charges us. So we have to charge at least $350 to get our money back, and that's what we do. So any members want to play or retirees, we charge them $350, and we have others that make up the difference. So, but it's a good time if anyone wants to come. And so it's enjoyable, and we raise money. We raise money for a scholarship. We give 2 scholarships to one to a boy, one to a girl. We give a scholarship to the grandchild of a retiree. That's cool. And I want to recognize Christine Jacob back there, a long time 707 clerical worker at Roadway. We worked together at Roadway and then YSC. Christine, she was always at our meetings. Nice to see you here. Oh, that's right. Your granddaughter won the award last year. So, and it was actually at Christine's insistence that we should be able, because some of us were working longer than we expected, and so our grandchildren were actually eligible for the retirees who are grandchildren. So we're happy to be able to provide one of those scholarships for them as well. It's a great night. Anyone's been there? We have golf at one of the premier golf clubs, great breakfast, lunch on the course, great dinner, cigars and drinks afterwards, and we have a lot of fun. So, and you get to listen to me jabber on for a while. I always tell a good joke, right, at the end of right, Bob? Always pull one joke out, so. And it varies if it's a mixed crowd or not, what joke I'm able to tell, so. What's that? Oh, okay. All right, so, but if you do, so there's not just the local 707 Scholarship Fund, there is also the James R. Hoffus Scholarship. There's the International has another scholarship fund that they've started, and you can go on our website, www.ibt707.com, and all the applications are available for each and every one of these websites, right, John? Yes. Okay, so that's a good way of doing it, and we'll make sure that we'll put notices out on the job sites so people can get those applications in as well. We have a couple of updates about the stuff on the health and welfare side and pension side. We're going to electronic EOBs, explanation of benefits. And what that is, how you get all these things mailed, you know, looking at what am I getting another thing, and you throw them out, and you got more personal information that you got to worry about someone getting a hold of. So we're going to send you electronic EOBs. Where you actually get an email with that EOB, and if you choose to look at it, you do. We ask you to, so you can make sure that the services that that were provided to you are actually the services. Quick story: my wife goes to an eye doctor all the time on a regular basis, and she's under my insurance, and they billed not only her but me for that procedure, which I've never gotten there. So when you look at it, you have to make sure that it's. I had to go back to them and they said, "Oh, I don't know how that happened," you know, but it does happen. So, but anyway, we're going to put on our website. When you go on right now, it has sign up for pension plan updates. We don't need them anymore. It's going to say sign up for electronic EOBs. Also on that website, you can calculate what your benefit is, your pension benefit. You go in there, you sign in, and you log into that, and you can see actually what your benefit would be at a certain point in time if you were to retire at a certain age. So it's been very helpful for people to make some choices about where they're going to be. And as always, notify the fund office of any pending divorces. You know, not because sometimes we think about we want to be divorced, but we're actually moving forward with it. Please let us know, because so many of our members have been on the hook for medical claims that their spouse has incurred after the divorce. And you need to when the divorce is finalized, you clearly got to make sure that we know about it. It will help you. Another big issue that we're having is people going to an optometrist and putting the claims through Blue Cross Blue Shield, and that's not where they belong. Davis Vision is our provider for our glasses. If you have to go see an ophthalmologist, you know, like I said, my wife goes to an ophthalmologist to get some treatments. That's Blue Cross Blue Shield. But if you just need a routine eye exam and glasses and/or contact lenses, go through Davis Vision. We've had a lot of people going in, they're given a Blue Cross card, going to an optometrist, and the claims are being rejected. So that's one of the things we're asking to make sure that.
That's the receptionist or something, isn't it, that's making all these mistakes with that? Because we had the same issue with the Blue Cross Blue Shield instead of Davis Vision. And she goes to the eye doctors all the time, the same people. I guess the receptionist filled out the wrong paperwork?
Yeah, no, you actually have to call Davis Vision. All the information is on our website. You go on Optical Benefits, it'll tell you exactly what to do. Right? They'll take your insurance. They'll take your insurance. They'll tell you you're covered all the time.
Retirement, I could go on there right now and figure out how much money I'm gonna get to.
Yes. Yeah, you have to log in. Excuse me?
I'm getting close.
Okay, will you go home today? Go to Road Carriers with an S 707.com. Roadcarriers707.com. You need to create a profile, a login. You do that by using your medical card, what they call your RDF number. You put that in there, then you can create a password, etc. It's pretty easy to follow.
It's self-explanatory.
It is, and then when you. Sure.
I know the office also mailed out to most of the people this paper. This is explaining exactly what he's saying with electronic EOBs. And I went at my terminals and I gave them to the shops, it was the post also. So if no one never seen this or needs one, I have a few up here. This explains how to sign up for the electronic EOBs. And it has the information how to get on the website.
So.
They're in the office.
Is the same on the app or not?
No, nothing to do with the union side. This is
The fund side.
Yeah, it's on the, this is on the union side.
Roadcarriers707.com, and it was sent to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
These were all mailed out, but if you need them, I got them. They're on the website, on the union side.
Okay. And if you want to sign on at DDS, which is a dental, you can sign on, go to DDS website, and but all those links are on our website. So we've had some changes to the app. You know, I asked John, we came up with an idea, we thought it'd be great to have an app that people could use. Well, it really isn't working out because people aren't using it, right?
We said.
So I'm gonna have John come up here and give a report about what's happening, what we're gonna do going forward.
Okay. Basically, we said when we first tried this website and app that we were going to try it out for a year and see how it goes. So within that 11 months that we went into it, we have roughly 1,100 members, and we got, with me going to terminals and forcing people to sign on, which I shouldn't have to do, we have a total of 167 people. And out of that 167 people, 82 of them are yellow freight guys that aren't working anymore, and about 25 of the next 25 of them are retirees. And out of the 167 people, 75% of them, since they signed up, haven't been back on the site. So at that point, it's going to cost another $1,200 next month to start it again for the next year, and I put in a motion to stop it, and we'll find a different way. So I'm going to try doing something maybe on Facebook, like a Facebook page, and people can go in and just view that. I think people, a lot of people do have Facebook. It's just, it was becoming too much of a cost for not enough feedback on that site. Because I'm sending out notifications for meetings to 3/4 of them are retired and yellow people that, don't come anymore. And I would say probably out of that 460 yellow people that we lost, though, that was the main crew that wanted to do the website, and now they're gone. So at this point, we are no longer, it's going to run till the end of next month, because that's what we're paid up until. And then after that, between now and then, I'm going to work on a Facebook page or a group or something. I'm going to try to see what's the easiest thing to do, because this wasn't working. For me to have to go sit there with my personal tablet and try to, tell people, come on, let's sit down and do this, and then they don't go on anyway afterwards. That was the only time they went in. It doesn't pay. So we're going to look at, like I said, I'm going to try doing Facebook. If I can see any other things, we'll report it on the, next meeting. But I think we're going to go try something with Facebook, so it's not a costly thing. If we don't have everybody involved, then, then it's okay. It's not costing us anything. Because $1,200 is pretty much, a decent amount of money to spend, and having not even a quarter of the union in there. So that's where we're at with that now. So, any questions?
So, what's this? You said we're canceling the app, but we're keeping the website?
No, canceling. The app and the website was a joined thing. You had to join the website to get the app. But, like I said, there's only 167 people 11 months later, and 75% of those people haven't been on since they signed up.
707's not gonna have a website.
We will.
We'll have, we might go back to the old one maybe, I don't know. But right now, just to get out there, we're gonna do something with Facebook.
The old one, the one that has,
We-
the last information was from 2013.
Yeah, that's gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be updated.
Yeah, we're gonna try to figure something out, but for now, it's easy to jump into like a Facebook thing and see what we can do, maybe a group or some kind of something, and just to get out where we can do something with that and get some things across. But that's pretty much it for now. Thank you.
And we own the domain name IBT707, so that will continue in some form. It's just that we had to make a decision, and it just wasn't catching on. So I think we'll do the Facebook, social media, et cetera. You just need somebody to monitor it, because it just crazy stuff gets on there, Yes.
This is not returning to that. This is about the AI thing.
Yeah.
The computers, I just wanted to say, when we're driving the truck, if I go like 5 miles past the speed limit, that computer's telling me to slow down, I'm going too fast, and then I slow down a little bit,
And it says, speed up, you're going too slow.
Then it says, thank you for slowing down. So that's all day long, because everybody, they got this rushing to get to these places. The minute you go too fast. What I'm saying is, are they gonna penalize us? Are they?
No. All right.
Warning all this AI stuff.
All right, so let me make something perfectly clear. All right, hold on. All right, keep it down. I know. Thanks for bringing that up, everyone. So, all right. So let me make perfectly clear. You cannot be disciplined solely on any kind of computer tracking device. I tell you, we have had an issue with ABF, where they've been monitoring the road drivers. And sometimes the road drivers are exceeding 80 miles an hour for longer than 2 minutes. You know, you're just popping out of gear going down the hill, and that's how you do it. It's crazy, but the trucks aren't built to go that fast. The tires aren't rated that fast. And so we actually have a case that we're going to hear at the national hearings, and I don't know how we're going to deal with it, because you have 1 or 2 people continue to do 80 miles an hour, you know, and it's, you know, there's a certain point. So we're in a quandary, but they cannot discipline you for going a couple miles an hour over.
I'm not doing 80.
You're not doing. One guy was doing 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour going down a hill. Could you imagine that? Yeah. So anyway, it's a little dangerous, but anyway, just back to that. You cannot be disciplined solely on computer tracking devices. If your computer tracking device shows that you're sitting for 5 minutes longer on your break, or 10 minutes longer, or some cases longer than that, you cannot be disciplined for that unless there's collaborative evidence, which means a witness that has to witness that and take some other. All right, so they can't. They're just doing it just.
It's like harassment.
It's.
Especially with the break.
It is. It is what it is. You know.
Go out to get coffee, I come back, it's, you've been out of the truck 10 minutes.
Yeah. They're gonna. Well, it's easy with the technology today. It's easy for them to do it, you know. But at the end of the day, yeah. So you can ignore it and just move on, okay? But they cannot. But you know what that leads to? If you're consistently taking, you know, a half-hour break instead of a 15-minute break, they're going to eventually come out and follow you. You know, at the end of the day, you're spending, you know, a half hour somewhere, and you've already used your breaks. They're going to come looking for you. You know, so but they cannot use that solely based on that. Yeah.
The thing he's talking about, that you've been idling for 10 minutes. If you're on bumper traffic, that pops on.
You know how sometimes when your wife talks to you, and just ignore it. Just ignore it. Okay. Just ignore it. They can.
Or the brake thing. How about when you're in traffic, and somebody stops in front of you, and your truck just locks up? What does that mean?
I know. I can.
Break the window.
My new Jeep did that. I disabled that. I can. Yeah. But anyway, yep. That's the safety device on there. So, all right. That's the new world. It's the new world we live in. Okay. With that, we have. Do we have any? As you know, we want to recognize the veterans that have served in the armed forces, the members of Local 707. Do we have any members that are here that have not received their PIN? You didn't receive your PIN? Oh, you got it, okay. 'Cause I got some, so I want to make sure that they're recognized. So we have anybody here today? Okay. With that, we have no swearing new members. We have the 50-50 raffle that we're going to do, and then we're going to announce the results of the straw poll. All right. What do we got? Everyone got their tickets? Anyone? What, raffle tickets? All right, Andy. Oh, right in the back. They can take. Just drop it off in the box. Yeah. All right. How much to the winner, Andy? 120 to the winner. No. All right. I have a Jose, the newest member of our executive board. Pull that. Jose, I bent the corner of mine, if that means anything. All right. The winner is 398-8034. 8034, the last 4 numbers. 8034.
398.
Me too, that's all I have.
You gotta be here. There's somebody. 8034, the last four numbers. You got it?
Got it?
All right, come on up, get you $120. There you go, brother. All right, don't let them get out alive. Where they going for breakfast? That's what they're all asking. All right, so here is the results of our poll, and I know two people tried to put in, but they already put it on the sheet, and the only sheet we had, so they couldn't vote. So we have 9 votes for Joe Biden, 16 votes for Donald Trump, 1 for Robert Kennedy Jr., none for Cornel West, 3 are undecided, 1 no endorsement, and there was no others. So it looks like 16 for Donald Trump, 9 for Joe Biden, 1 for Robert Kennedy, 3 undecided, and 1 no endorsement. So there you have it. And they say somewhere along the line they are going to announce all the results, cumulative results of all the locals within the international. So we're going to submit ours and do what's that? Yeah, I'll get you a copy of it. So with that, that's what our work is done with that. We have 50/50 raffle tickets for the scholarship golf outing. And they'll also be for sale on the website. And did I leave anything else out? Bobby, did I leave anything else out? I think we did. So anybody have anything else?
Did the union officially endorse a presidential candidate?
They will.
They didn't yet.
They did not. They're waiting for these results.
So they're gonna base it on this?
Yes, on all the polls, not just us, not just local 707. Anyway, so, all right, with that, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn, second, all in favor? Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll see you in July for our annual barbecue and Wiener Fest out there. Thank you very much.